So yeah, I would just like try to justify, you know? And there's no justifying it. You just need to face it. Like, okay, you're making a mistake, then fix it. And that's what I had to do. And I had to be like, how am I supposed to? And so I was like, how am I supposed to forgive myself for this? Well, you can. It just takes time. So yeah, I mean, you could forgive yourself and still not regret that you had that time with the other person, but still hate that and regret that you've hurt somebody else. So it's like it's such a mixed bag. And so I was like, it's like I'm glad I got to know. I'm kind of like I don't regret it because I've grown and I got to know who my twin is. So like, and I know there's people that don't believe in that and say that twin flames are toxic. They're not. They can be. That's why separation happens, and that's why it had to happen. That's why I had to be like, you know what? I have to take this into my own hands, and I have to be the bigger person, I guess, so that I can stop hurting somebody else and also myself, and like actually more than all of us actually, because we had to hide, and then the other person didn't know for a time, but they probably were suspecting because, you know, she's in tune like that. So, like, anyways, like, so what I'm trying to say is, like, with the karmics, it doesn't do them any good to, like, it doesn't do you any good, especially, actually, more than, it's like you're just feeding into the energy they might be sending you or whatever. Even if it was other karmics, like, in my past that, well, not really in my past, because my best friend's baby mama, you know. So like lately I've been like making sure not to catch myself if I'm thinking negative thoughts about them or like even jokingly saying things. So like I used to be like when my best friend would be over there more, like when he started going over there more and like was over there, I was like, your wife, you know, like because I was just like, she's all like acting like your wife and stuff, like talk, you know. And now I'm like, I'm telling myself, don't do that, because that's feeding into the negative energy, you know what I'm saying, that is between you. So you have to be the one, if you're more awake or you're more aware or whatever, you're on, like, I'm trying to word it in a way that makes it sound, you know, like if you're more aware, I guess you could say, then you're the one that needs to be like, because they're not necessarily going to do it or whatever, or like, so it's like you're the one that has to be like, okay, no, I don't need to say that stuff about them. I wish them healing. So like, words are very powerful. So sometimes so for a while I was just like, I'm tired of this shit, and I wish them destruction, basically. You know, like I wish you would die. Like, but it's like you can't say that, because literally, one, what if it happened? You would feel bad. Another, like, your words are powerful. So like, if they're not physically gonna die, then, you know, no. So like the most loving thing you can do for somebody and yourself is wish them healing. And in a way, like, that is probably worse, because healing is fucking brutal, dude. You have to face all that shit. So like, you wish them the same shit they're going through, that's not gonna do anything. In the long run, wishing them healing is gonna help. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I've tried to make myself do. And also, yeah. So, I'm trying to remember all the stuff. I've been struggling with a lot of self worth, and like stuff like that, because it's like, okay, so I feel super unproductive. I feel super useless, like, because you're programmed here to be like, oh, we have to make money, and blah, and if you don't make a certain amount or whatever. And so I've been feeling more productive in my dreams, like, oh, okay, I can sleep and I go places and I can do this and do that, and when I'm awake I'm totally useless because I just sit here. I mean, I don't always, because yesterday, you know, was nice and you see all the videos, and we ended up going to the casino yesterday, um but we also, like, he had this food credit on the card, the casino card, and so we paid for most of the dinner, and then I paid for the rest. But yeah, anyway, so like, what I'm saying is, life is rough, like right now for all of us. So like, if you can find any fucking little bit of joy, then do it. And that's what we're doing, and that's what I'm doing. And that's why I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, financially, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. But you know what? I'm gonna figure out a way to be happy and joy and just focus on my healing, because I'm gonna do my best to stay grounded, and it's not very easy. That being said, there was a I do remember the day today. I remember waking up, how I woke up today. But the other day, I know I woke up and was dealing with some shadow work and just like inner child. I don't know if it was inner child. Why can't I remember? But if I talk about the one that I dealt with today, then maybe it'll remind me. So today, you know, I was really feeling like that worthlessness, and like, I feel like I don't bring anything. And like, usually I shut those fucking thoughts down. But for some reason, the other higher me or whatever, all loving, whatever, was just really quiet and listening. And that's what my inner child needed, to say all the shit that it said. And then that bigger person song was just like, wow, that actually hits. Because that's literally how it always has been. And I split on people because that's the dynamic they created, that I've learned that, okay, you're sweet, you're loving, you're kind, and then you fucking switch on me. And so that's why the narcissist, blah, blah, blah. That word is very tricky sometimes. And where other toxic people's Jekyll and Hyde shit make a BPD splitting dynamic, you know? So I'm like, that's, yeah. And I'm just like, I hate this. I want to get close to people, and I'd be like, and it's fine for a while. It's always fine at first. Not always, but like, it's fine at first, and then I'm like, when's the split gonna happen? Because I'm always gonna split on them. I'm always gonna be like, oh, you're trash now. And then that happens. So I'm like, that's why I keep my distance. But I'm trying to work through it and trying to see what triggered it, and then trying to learn how to communicate. But it's not very easy sometimes. And so it's like, a lot of times I feel better and safer distancing myself, because that's what was safer. And so like, I realized, okay, so I feel safer being the only polyamorous person in my dynamic, if I had actual dynamic. And I don't feel safe being in an actual relationship anymore. And I don't want the other people to be, I want them to be monogamous. Like, that really matters, you know what I'm saying? Because if they're going to cheat, they're going to, whatever. Polyamory, yes, there's cheating in that, but what I'm saying is, if they're going to be with somebody else, they're going to be with somebody else. And doesn't matter what dynamic they say they are.